Now, while I still can, this is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I'm going to show this one more time. It's Larry Flint, and they want to call Mr. Flint names, and I don't know, maybe what he said about me. He knew about my being given antifreeze and about being kidnapped from England and Buckingham Palace. And then it was later, right after this, that the British told me about my identity and what happened. I was brought here and given the name of a twin, Moulton, Alabama. They gave me the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers. Both twins were killed by their mother. They were born out of wedlock. And this is where I grew up, in a pigsty with people, the morals of what? Anyway, that was what I was going to say. How can you talk about Larry Flint? He tried, at least tried to help. This is where I wanted to end up, right now, last night I went out and I'm paralyzed on the leg. I couldn't even get my leg back in the car. You want to sit in the parking lot trying to get your leg in the car, and the person that's driving you is a young fella who's been, I don't really know what his role is. I'm not even sure he's a friend. He works with law enforcement, or he takes their orders. So your guess is as good as mine, right? I don't know, but I took videos of one of the places and sent it to Channel 7 and 10, and he got my phone and other things, and he deleted them. So anyway, but Channel 7 and 10 know all this anyway, the media back in Huntsville, all over the place. The national media know about my kidnapping, the Mindcontrol murders, and this is where I'm going to go back to this one. This is just local I'm talking about. Wherever I live, my immune system attacks itself. That's a immune disorder I have. If I'm force-fed fumes, I should be able to live anywhere. I go out from where I live and I'm okay, except now they've beaten me down to where I can't walk, but then they say, well, that's old age. Until this gets into a court of law where it's honest, I'll die and nobody will have done anything except get wealthy off of me. So anyway, I'm living here at this place, and it's the maintenance who's in charge now for some reason, and it's a joke to him too. There's more than just that going on here. But anyway, I've said that on the other tapes, and I wanted to get this in. This woman told me, Debbie, I've stayed at Lance Cooperman's places because I tried to leave and had to come back here. What else can I say? May the 14th, I'm elderly. This has been going on to my life since I was kidnapped, with the torture and abuse. And then I found out about my name and why it's all happening. And I did the book on mind control, medical malpractice book, when Larry Flint was shot. And I had antifreeze put in me and a letter from the FBI. And then later, I'm going to fast forward, I ended up literally on the side of the road, couldn't get a job. Stayed on the Appalachian Trail here in Roanoke, and this is where I'm at now, close to it. But I want to say this. This woman told me, she pulled up her computer there in the office, and she said to me, Alexis, well, I just dropped everything. Alexis Murphy was a girl that was kidnapped, and they haven't found her body unless, I'm saying this ahead of time, and I don't know. They found the body the 4th of this month, September, on the interstate, just off the interstate. So whether that's her, I don't know. But these are mind control murders, Morgan Harrington and Hannah Graham, and there's a whole bunch more. You can program them like the Virginia Tech mass shootings in Tucson, Arizona. But I'm made to leave, and chemicals used on me to make me leave that are killing me. But they use my disorder, immune disorder, and they've really pumped it into me. You wonder if you'll have any brain cells left. It causes mass and inflammation, my kidneys, my liver, my lungs. So right now, I don't know. Paralyzed last night when I went out, my whole leg. I had to sit there for how long before I could get my leg and get it back in the car. But anyway, this is where I was told I had to leave because they come in and use the chemicals, and I mean they really spread them. And this is a new place. I'm old. I do nothing but pray to live another day. So this is told, and I can see my sons Mark and Scott. I hope they're alive and tell this whole mess. And because I simply asked her to let me buy natural cleaners, organic, she told me to get out. And she brought up on the screen her daughter, Alexis is her name, and she was going to her prom. This was back in May, and that, or I believe she had been, that was the photograph, and she had come there as a friend, and I won't get into that, I don't have time on this video. So she took the job. She had been at a bank, she told me, and was put up for a committee position, and she left it to come here to do this part to me. And I didn't know what she meant when she started saying, I'm sorry. Well, to say you're sorry and then commit the act and the crime against me is a little stupid, don't you think? But anyway, I didn't commit a crime. I just asked them if I could buy cleaners that wouldn't make me so sick. When you passed out for 3 months, when they'd come in and soaked you with chemicals that would kill a horse, and you can't call the law, here's what she said. I said, what if I don't leave? I've never not paid my rent on time. I've paid it ahead of time. This is the whole thing they're doing to me, and it's so hideous. But so she came there and bringing up on the screen her daughter, Alexis, and she was referring to the girl who had been kidnapped, Alexis Murphy. So everybody around here knows about this. Believe me, the Mindcontrol murders, who's doing it, what's being done to me. And she said she wasn't going to have it happen to her daughter. So she's going to do this to me to keep that from happening. She's made a deal. So I asked her, I said, what if I don't leave? I said, what if I come up to pay you the rent? And this wasn't an eviction, it's just this letter. She said, I did nothing that they could evict me for. But she said, well, I'll have the cops escort you out off the property. Well, I don't know. There may be some obscure law, and I'm sure that they'll do it anyway, because when I lived here in 95 and had saved up for a month's rent, and believe me, I did a living, and it was hard to get a job. And then I paid a month's rent to the Patels, and they own all this rent here. I'm going to try to read this in a minute. I can't even get a prescription for glasses. I have a tooth that the fillings fell out. I don't have clothes, and now then I'm being soaked till if I don't leave, I'll die. So I get a cab and lose my food I just bought last night, and where do I go? Where this can happen again, because this is what's going on. I did want to read this, and I can't. This is Goodlatte, the U.S. Congressman from Virginia, here in Roanoke. State Senator John Edwards, who I thought John Edwards was good. I've been in their offices over the year, and they totally know about me. Now that I mentioned Mr. Flint, and he's always referred to in derogatory. How about these people? This is Sonny Shaw right here. He bought out the Quality Inn where I was living, and I was made leave because of the chemicals there. It's the land they own. The land that Quality Inn was on was worth a bloody fortune. They come in here about the time I came to Roanoke or started living on the trail. They own everything off the interstate here in Troutville in Roanoke. And here's where they're honoring them. And look at all the people. Someone from Mark, okay, let me just say it here. Guests included Senator John Edwards, representatives from Senator Tim Kaine's office, Mark Warner's office, delegates from Congress, Bob Goodlatte's office. They are all telling about what all this man owns. And he came here back, it tells here, and I meant to read this, but they're making him, he's Sonny Shaw. Well, the Patels are the ones, they're all connected. I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm going to die anyway, they're killing me. They have Maverick.